Hello Finlandia students, welcome to the Facility and Game Event Management Certification course. It's great to have you along with me as we go through this. I'm Dr. Jim Dolson, but I just go by Jim, don't call me doctor. I have a doctorate degree in education, but I rarely pull the DR out and use it, so just call me Jim, I'm good. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, a little bit about me. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I have been since the age of 15. Excuse me. Went to a Billy Graham crusade and learned all about Christ there, along with some great parents who introduced me to Christ as well. Kathy, my wife, we've been married for, how long have we been married? 38 years. Anyways, we've got 11, we have 4 kids of our own, grown and married, and now we have 11 grandkids. So, and then a little bit about my educational background. I have an undergraduate degree from University of Michigan in computer engineering back in the mid-80s, early 80s. And then after that, worked professionally for quite a long time. Felt a call from God to go back to school. Went back and got a master's degree in education, and then eventually a doctorate degree in education. I've had a number of different experiences in terms of my professional life. I've worked in IT for a number of years. I worked for a Tier 1 automotive company here in Michigan. And so I've got a lot of experience working directly on product design and manufacturing of an automotive subsystem, an automotive system. So got a lot of experience with Ford, GM, Chrysler, manufacturing plants, that sort of thing. I was also a superintendent for 8 years at a Christian school. And now I work in staffing and direct hire placements. So yeah, I've been around quite a bit. Got a lot of experiences with managing people, projects, and facilities. So hopefully we can talk about that some more. So the best way to get a hold of me is, first of all, I live in the Eastern Time Zone. I live in Michigan. And so you've got my cell phone number there, and then that's my personal Gmail account. Always feel free to reach out to me, either one of those. Texting is usually the best way. That way I can get back with you. Even if I'm in a meeting, I might be able to respond back. We're using this book. I think you can see a little picture of it there, but it looks like this. And it's in this course it's a survey of how to manage a sports facility. But I would also say, and the book emphasizes this as well, that any public area or any public facility where people are gathered, you're going to be able to take away some principles and some practices from this course, from the survey course, that you'll be able to apply there. So even if you're not into sports management facilities, maybe you manage a civic center, for example, church, you can use some of these principles. The book goes into some great detail. This is a certification course, so we're not going to hit all that detail. We just don't have the time. It's 5 weeks long. But you have the book, and you can go in as in-depth as you want to, either in the book or in the PowerPoint slides that come along with the chapters that you have access to. Whoops, wrong way. Sorry about that. Okay, so quick review of each week. Week 1, we're going to talk about the history and then also the future of facilities and facility management. We're going to take a peek at what facility management was like back in the Greco-Roman days all the way to the present. We're going to look at what facility management is, what a facility manager does, what's their role, and then also look at some, the outside stakeholders. What do they expect from a facility and a facility management? Week 2, we're going to take a look at facility planning, the site design, different layout views, how important it is to have a design view and a layout view of the overall campus as well as each building, how they all fit together on the same campus. We're going to look at the various components that need to be considered when you're doing this sort of a facility planning. And then you're going to have a chance to compare a couple of different sports facilities as well. Week 3, we're going to take on event management. So now that you've got a facility all built and ready to go, or maybe you're being given one to use for whatever kind of an event it might be, now you got to plan particular events. So we're gonna look through some of the various processes and steps that you have to go through to plan an event carried out successfully and safely. And I would say too, during this COVID time period, some of this has changed. So when you read the course text, remember it's pre-COVID. All right. So some of those safety measures may be different now today than they are actually explained in the book. All right, week 4, facility operations. We're going to look at the different processes it takes and resources it takes to run a facility. Interesting, playable grass. Explain how playable grass is achieved. And also look at the management requirements for the key components of a sports facility. And primarily, it's not just about the physical resources that you have to manage, it's the labor resources as well. And having the right type of labor at the right place and the right time to manage an event or a facility. All right, then finally we'll wind up with week 5 in facility maintenance. And we'll take a peek at the techniques that are used to maintain a safe and clean site. And then also look at the basics of facility repair and maintenance and that sort of thing. Okay, so the pace of the course, again, like I mentioned, this is a 5-week course. There's one discussion question each week. You answer. I'll put a question out there, be generally open-ended. Read some of the document, read the PowerPoints or the course text to try to answer that question. Make sure your answer is not just opinion. Kind of base it in the course text. That makes it a little more credible. And I'll respond back to you, so I have a little bit of dialogue back and forth on the discussion question. And then also the writing assignment. There'll be one writing assignment or essay each week as well that I'll respond back to you on with some thoughts of my own. Again, with the writing assignment, make sure you ground your answer in the course text, not just in your opinion, okay? All right, and also don't forget, there's a section called Meet Your Colleagues. It's a tab, and make sure you fill that out. Go down there, look at it. If this is a course of 1 person, do it anyways. If it's a course of 10 people participating, make sure you do an entry or reply to some of the questions in the Meet Your Colleagues tab. And take a chance to introduce yourself, tell us who you are. Okay, that's it for now. And as I always like to remind students wherever I teach at 6 different Christian universities throughout the nation. It's my part-time gig. I work full-time in staffing and development and that sort of thing. But my part-time gig, part-time side work is kind of a mission back to the church, a ministry back to the church, and it is in Christian education, higher education. So I teach at master's level, undergraduate level, and at the PhD level as well, all in business. So, and I like to remind everybody that I come in contact with that this is very important. Remember, God is on his throne. He's always been there, and he's always going to be. All right, listen, have yourself a great day, and I hope you enjoy this course.